why I don't trust a soul, shit, I barely trust mine. When these niggas envy. No, I don't trust a soul when these niggas envy. Same shit on a different day. Mama struggled just to make a way. Pops came around, but he couldn't stay. He was messing with the keys that you couldn't pay. Same shots on a different night. Jealous niggas wanna pick a fight, niggas envy. She feels good when the liquor right. He said, "Lil' mom, we getting lit tonight." Yo, 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 this is Jae Maurice, and I'm here with Karl Lewis, and you are now listening to Gravity. My check. These people run into the White House. I don't know nothing about it except just brief stories. Have you did any research on it?
You know I didn't. I just hear from people.
Yeah.
And all I kept hearing is, if it was black people, if it was black people. That's the main number one thing everybody's talking about, if it was black people.
Yeah.
Because, I seen a video earlier today where they was like kind of storming the house. Mm-hmm. And there was a police officer who was waving like, come on, let's go. I'm like, what? And like, was the police involved in that too?
I don't know. I probably not. Well, so they were waving them.
No, one of the police officers, while they was coming in, he was like waving them like, come on, let's go.
To leave or
to come into it. I'm like, well, what's going on here?
Maybe he was a Trump supporter.
Maybe, but that was weird. I was like, okay, I didn't know they was doing all this.
It's I don't know. This is a very interesting time. I don't know. It was interesting. Like, I'm really not that invested in it, to be very honest.
I'm not, but it is something that's like never happened before, or at least since I've been alive.
Yeah, and it is interesting how I guess you could make the argument that Trump supporters have been just as rowdy as they portray Black Lives Matter is and or was. It's very interesting that dynamic, but I'm really not that invested. Like, if they want to destroy the White House, let them destroy the White House.
Do you know where this all stemmed from?
I think they just wanted the Electoral College to recount. I guess it's part of Trump's campaign to get everybody to recount. And because he feel like he's been cheated.
Yeah, I heard it was coming up as it was cheated, or at least there was more votes than there were people, meaning like it was more votes being counted than people voted. Mm-hmm. So obviously, if that's the case, then there had to be cheating, because there's no way you can get more votes than there are people. Yeah, I
don't
know. I don't care. I'm being real.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just funny how it's stimulated all the way to that. Jeez, people really serious about Trump.
Yeah, like, I know the internet is going internet, but like, do you ever feel like we should, like, as just a community, especially people of color, that we're like, when things happen in the country, that we should just like observe it and just like keep our thoughts to ourselves? Because all I kept seeing was, this is domestic terrorism, or
technically
this is it might be.
If like, you want to go to the lengths of what terrorism is, yeah. Yeah,
and I don't disagree with the sentiments of people. I just feel like, why do we all feel obligated to
put our opinion on things?
Yeah, or like, not to have opinions, but
to voice it in a public area,
or just on social media. I guess
because that's what social media is built for.
I guess so, but like, it's just, I don't know. I can never wrap my head around the idea of like something happening on the news, and I watch it, or I see a video and I watch it, and then my first thought is, let me make a status about it, or
about how I feel, what I think about it.
Yeah,
it's one of those things so that you can get your voice out there and people know what you stand on it, and to also know like who's on your side with it and who's not.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's very productive.
It's not. But that's really what it's coming down to. The more time goes, the less privacy we have. And
Yeah.
and I was just gonna say something. With social media being the way it is, I mean, like, it doesn't even have to be serious topics or anything. And that it opens up your life to let everybody know what you're doing at that time. I mean, I remember when Facebook was around, you just see statuses like, "Oh, about to go cook breakfast." Like, I don't care.
I still see stuff like that.
I mean, this is when I was very, very, very first started Facebook. I've been seeing people
still do
status
stuff like that.
And then it became like Snapchat. Now you can actually look at videos of what people doing at their moment. You know, just less privacy.
Yeah, but it don't really seem like we want to be private.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, it depends on who you are.
I mean, I like my privacy because, you know, I be out here, you know what I mean?
I mean, I remember back then, I didn't care about my privacy. I'll tell the whole world, like, yeah. Shoot, today, I can't even tell you the last time I made a legit status about what's going on in my life.
Yeah. Yo, I had a question for you, and it's probably going to stump you.
It probably is. I'm a stupid kid.
I ain't say all that, but it's true. Do you think that you know how to be properly loved?
Properly loved?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that all depends on, do I know what I need to be properly? Wait, what did you just ask?
Do you think you know how to be?
Do I know how to be
properly loved? And do you think that you have ever been properly loved?
Okay, I think I have been properly loved, but
by who? If it's not too personal.
Most recent person I was with.
Okay.
I was properly loved, but it don't take much for me to be properly loved. I guess it all depends on who the person is, because it could take more for one person and less for another person, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess maybe.
Because I mean, it depends on what you need for love. What would you need for love in your sense? Like, for me, I just need someone who's there, someone who can keep conversation. You know, someone that I guess that's really all I need.
You're a very simple person. You are a very simple person.
I just need somebody there, somebody to touch on, somebody to be around.
Don't say it like that.
Okay, not touch on, somebody I can feel around. Somebody to touch on. Somebody I could just be around, you know.
Right, be around.
Oh God, yeah. That's the words, man. I'm not good with them. See, if this was a math podcast, I promise you, that's where I excel. And that wasn't a math joke. Excel.
Oh shit. Yeah. Excel. Okay. No, but the reason why I asked is because I was talking to someone recently about how men in America, especially men of color, how a lot of us don't grow up with the proper love or being properly loved, like as men. I think
love and romantically or just
any type of love.
Any type of love.
Yeah,
I agree then.
But I also think we don't really know how to be loved. Like a lot of us don't really know what we need or want, and I feel like we grow up in a world where, and this is not me saying it's a bad thing, but we grow up in a world where I feel like a lot of energy is put into protecting girls and women from potentially dangerous situations, but also showing them affection and teaching them what their worth is and how to set boundaries and things like that. I don't feel like as men we ever experience any of those conversations. We kind of just get told to toughen up, and I feel like as a man, most of the things in life I had to figure out myself.
Shoot, I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry. Damn. How did that happen? And I put this on vibrate.
I don't know.
Well, the more you know.
Is that from a song?
That's One Piece.
No. The true definition of a man is.
Oh yeah.
What is that from?
Marcus. No. Music Soul Child.
Oh yeah.
Teach me how to love.
Yeah. I listen to that song all the time. That's why it sounds so familiar.
I was told the true definition of a man was to never cry.
I mean,
work till you tired. Gotta provide. Always be the rock for your fam. Protect them by all means.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. That's.
I mean,
he's pretty accurate. So I think that makes it hard for us in relationships once we become adults, because we don't know what we want from our partners, because I don't know if we've ever experienced. I can honestly say, I don't think I've ever been properly loved, and now that I am older and I'm like a lot more self-aware. I could probably say that with certainty. I feel like a lot of the relationships, romantic or otherwise, they were mostly about my value to them was like 90% based on what I could do for them. And I think a lot of men, we experience this. It's not really about who we are, it's about who we or what we can do. Because, you ever ask someone, why do you like that person or why do you love that person? They always say, because they make me smile, and then they list a whole bunch of things that person does for them. Mm-hmm. But we don't really speak about, one, what we do for them, for the other person. We always speak about what they do for us. And we never speak about who they are. Like, I've never heard anybody say, yeah, I just love them because they're such a caring person, or they're like a humanitarian, or they're thoughtful, or there's always like, yeah, she or he remembers my birthday, or she like, and it's
little stuff.
Yeah, and it's not really about who that person is. So much, it's more so about what they can do, and I feel like that's really the only. Even in family relationships, I feel like my value to anybody in my family was based on how much I came around, how often I called, or any favors I did for them, whether it was financial or otherwise. If I helped them carry boxes that one time or whatever, it's not really about who I am as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the same way with my family. I mean, we don't really talk much, but I know every year when it comes down to Christmas Eve or whatever, we used to gather around for Christmas Eve, and then I'll talk to my grandmother. She's like, "Oh, he didn't hear from you in a year." I'm like, "Man, it works two ways."
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like, man, I'm going through so much more than what you're probably going through right now. Not saying, I'm not trying to say she probably not going through nothing, but I'm growing up still, and you're.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure stuff out. It's hard to try to figure life out and remember to call you every so often.
Not that I don't care. I care. It's just I got other things I need to be doing.
I feel like sometimes family don't understand that. If we were to prioritize them as much as they wanted us to, we would never be able to become our own person. Mm-hmm. Because we would literally spend our whole life trying to make sure that they aren't disappointed in us or mad at us, or that they don't worry about us or something. But you won't. If I give you the amount of attention you want from me, you would never have anything to worry about, because I literally would be around you all the time. But I also wouldn't have anything going on. So then you would be bitching at me about how I'm wasting my life away.
Just stop wasting your life.
Yeah, you're right. I should stop wasting my life. Yeah. Oh, shit. I mean, you already knew this. But, so the song and everything came out pretty well. Or it came out on time. It was my first time submitting to Spotify and shit. Mm-hmm. So, I was unsure whether or not it would actually work. But it did, so that's cool. Been getting some decent feedback.
Yeah, I was only able to listen to it on SoundCloud.
Dang, that's crazy.
Cause I don't know my freaking Spotify account. Well, I got it on my PlayStation, but I don't got it on my phone.
It's on everything.
Yeah, that's what I just listened to it on SoundCloud though. And I only heard Envy. I didn't hear.
Wow, that's crazy. Racist.
Yeah, that's the one I heard. Envy. Like,
That seems to be everybody's favorite.
I didn't hear Crossroads yet though.
Yeah, okay. I get it. Whatever. You don't respect me as a person?
I mean, shoot, you said it, not me.
Nah, but you just agreed to it. So.
I didn't agree. I said you said it, not me.
All right, but you didn't deny it.
I didn't agree to it either.
Well, you supposed to deny it.
Well, I could deny it, but I just want you guessing.
All right, whatever. Shit, always got me guessing. Bitch, you guessed. You remember that? You was right. You was right.
That whole song is just him yelling.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm like,
I'm
still with my niggas. I'm like, dang.
motherfucker flex. And they literally, the music video, just him running around a hotel.
Really?
Yeah.
With the most simplest beat. Dum, 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 dum.
Toot, toot, toot. Toot, toot.
Jesus, is that easy?
Yeah, I mean, he ain't had no follow-up, so not to my knowledge.
Oh, that's all he needed to do.
Yeah, he got big on YouTube.
Shoot, when he did that, I believe that was really popular on Vine when he did that.
It probably was.
Just the sound.
Yeah, that's a song as dumb as that, and it would have had to have blown up on social media. Do you think artists know that a lot of their songs blow up ironically because something in the song is really silly, so people put it in their videos, especially with TikTok now, and that the song blows up on TikTok not because we respect you, just so you know, because something about your song was funny to us, and we just happen to listen to it a lot of times.
One guy, Mario Judah, you probably don't know him, but I probably sing a song. He's like, is that a song? But he got that. I'm a big dog, big bear, nigga. I'm a lion.
Oh yeah.
Just because of that sound in the beginning of the song, people use it a lot on TikTok.
Yeah. I actually googled that song because the chorus of it made me think of somebody I used to know. The chorus of that song, the something fast enough. It makes me think of
brave enough.
Yeah, it makes me think of somebody. Whatever. How that
chorus. I forgot his name, but I know what you're talking about. You didn't have to cut me off.
Yeah, it makes me think of it's similar melodies, but no, the song is somebody I used to know was by. I just googled it recently.
Some with a G. I
Is it G?
Started with a G. I believe it started with a go.
Oh, Gautier. Yeah, Gautier. But yeah, so that's how I found that song, and I literally googled something about "I'ma Kill You" TikTok song, and then it came up.
It's called "Die Very Rough."
Oh yeah, see.
And he did a genius video for it, and what he was just talking about, like, cause like when you hear it, you're kind of like, does he got some meaning to this? And then he's singing that song with the type of passion that you would think he like for real. Yeah. Then when he did the genius thing, he was just like, no. I'm just talking. I want to just bring out my feelings in an expressive way. I'm like, oh, okay. So you didn't have nothing much to say.
I mean, hey, look. If your song blow up because people think it's funny, at least it's good to know that you didn't actually put any real thought into it. Cause there's a lot of artists. Like I remember when I feel like I've said this before, maybe not on the podcast, but when I was in high school and Lil Wayne was dropping mixtapes every 3 days, not literally, but yeah, I can tell you those white kids I went to school with, Lil Wayne, Gucci, Jeezy, all of them, they only listen to him to laugh. They only listen to, like, every time Lil Wayne said, or every time Gucci went brr, or something like that, or like every time Lil Wayne said something about shitting and I'm the urine and this, that, and the third, they ain't do nothing but laugh.
Hello, motherfucker. Hey, how you doing? It's Weezy at baby. Come and take a urine on the toilet bowl.
Yeah, something like that. No, it's literally, they was like, I would be in the car with them, just riding around whatever city it was, and they would just be, and they would put it in, and they would, I'm gonna be honest, they did it because I was black, so they'll put in some rap music. This was back when people had CDs. Wow, I'm old. And they would turn that shit all the way up, turn the bass all the way up, and they don't know that I don't even like this shit. So I'm sitting there like, all right, whatever. And they listening to it like it's the greatest thing in the world, but they cracking up, laughing. And I can't tell you, And I'm just they laughing at every little thing Lil Wayne said, and it's like,
oh man.
and it kind of sucks because like we in the black community, we champion him like he one of the greatest rappers.
That's why it's like so funny. Like, oh, it's like such a new world in a different race.
But like white people or the white kids that I was around, they don't give a fuck about Lil Wayne. They don't. Like they was laughing at him. And Gucci and Jeezy and who else was Shawty? Remember Shawty Low?
Shawty Low.
All the pretty much anybody that was popular in 2010. Soulja Boy, we all took him as a joke.
I took him as a joke.
But you know, people just be blowing up because we take him as a joke, but we keep listening, laughing at him. Lil B, Lil B, yeah.
I still don't know if Lil B be purposely being funny or he's serious. I think that's the funniest thing, not knowing.
Yeah, that is what makes it funny is you don't know. And like, do you ever listen to Riff Raff?
That sounds familiar.
He's the white dude with the cornrows he's like, he made the tiptoeing in my Jordans. Okay. I actually like Riff Raff. But yeah, he's another one that's just like, you don't even like him because you laughing at him. But you know, he got some good flows.
I mean, shoot, if you making music and people laughing at you. Well, I guess
But see, all those artists I just named are serious.
Yeah, they're serious with their music. Like, people who make music to be funny, like Lil Dicky, obviously. And it's people who actually like, I'm finna throw the hottest out here, and then everybody laughing at it. But it's popular. Are you upset with the popularity?
Me personally,
I
I'm
think you would
not. If it was me, I would be, because I want people to respect my artistry, especially if I get an opportunity to where I blow up and millions of people hear it. I don't want to be the butt of the joke, even though it might lead to me making a lot of money, because if I have popularity online, then, you know, now I can get shows and make real money from it and sell merch and stuff. But
yeah, you don't want to be the next JJ Fish.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, I ain't never gonna win no Grammy. Not that Grammys are important, or I ain't never gonna be inducted into any type of Hall of Fames or anything like that. Which ultimately, you know, I ain't never gonna get the Lifetime Achievement Award from BET, because I only got big because people was laughing at me. And the moment I try to be serious and like change up my style or like put out another song, and they ain't gonna like it because they only come to know me for
that one funny verse you did. Eminem and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that shit's stupid. You know what?
It's because of Snoop Dogg though. He's becoming an old head. He's becoming Joe Budden. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, Snoop is only probably like 6 years older than Eminem.
Hey, for real?
Eminem is like 48, and Snoop can't be. You think is Snoop over 60? Snoop can't be over 60.
He can't be over 60, but he's still like, he been around this.
Yeah, he been around. He was out like 10 years before Eminem, but
I'm saying,
maybe not a whole.
He was talking about. What did he say? He said something that was.
He basically said that he could live without M's music.
Yeah, he said
that was the thing.
His music wouldn't have changed anything.
Which is, it's a lot of and this is the thing, like people critique.
But where did that come from? It came out of nowhere. Why did he say that?
I don't know. I didn't watch the interview. I don't really care about the Breakfast Club. But, you know, and I'm going to sound biased because I'm from Detroit, but every time Eminem puts out an album, the whole album is basically him rapping about how everybody complains about him. And then the fans hear it and they go, why did he keep rapping about people complaining? Or rapping about the haters. But then every time he drop an album, some shit like this happen. People keep bringing up the fact that he's white and he shouldn't be, you know, held as like such a high regard because he's white, and how
it's not even that. He's actually a really good artist.
That's what the counter argument is. But there's a lot of people in hip hop who feel like Eminem only blew up because he was white. And Eminem was kind of like the what's the word? He was the more or less the reason why white kids started listening to hip hop, because in '99, early 2000s, hip hop was very much black.
heavy.
Yeah, it was very much like a inner city, the hood, the streets, very much that. And then Eminem came in, you know, talking about killing his mom and things that we typically associate with white people, like serial killer type shit.
But just rapped it.
But he was rapping it very well, and a lot of the middle America, middle class white suburban kids was able to relate to it, and then he blew up because he had Dr. Dre and he had the machine that Dr. Dre has, you know, the money and the power to market it and everything. But the thing is, what a lot of people don't acknowledge is that before Eminem created the Slim Shady persona, Eminem put out this album called Infinite, which was very much the essence of hip hop. And it was like he wasn't signed yet, and he, like, a lot of people when they heard him for the first time, they thought he was black.
Who, Eminem?
Yeah, and so the argument that Eminem like somehow appropriated hip hop or somehow like, you know, I don't know, changed it in a negative way, it's kind of stupid, because if you listen to Eminem's music, damn near every song he shout out legends. Like damn near every song he's like, all I ever wanted was to be like Eric B and Rakim and be like this person and that person, and just name all these old artists. Some of them I don't even know.
And Dr. Dre said, "Nothing, you idiot. Dr. Dre's dead. He's in my basement."
Yeah, something like that. And it's interesting, man. It's interesting how, you know, it's just interesting. But also, I listened to the album. It was a really good album. It was probably his best album, in my opinion, since whenever people thought he had a good album.
Rap God.
See, people didn't really like that album like that, but people like that song.
Yeah, I like the song. I ain't like the album.
Yeah, but whenever people feel like he had a good album the last time, I would say this is probably his best album since then. I like most of his albums, but I could be biased.
I like most of his stuff. I like a lot of his stuff, actually.
See, I like rapidy rap. I like when, even if you're not talking about nothing specific, I do like when you have the ability to put a bunch of words together that makes sense.
Super lyrically creative.
Yeah, I like that stuff. But also, when you listen to it, he'd be telling stories about his dad or his stepfather. Tell stories about his mom, his daughter, his personal life. He just recently, and this is how you know an artist is great. Eminem been in the game since what, 99? I think that's when he put out Infinite, and then I want to say 01 is when he put out that first album with Dr. Dre. Until like last year, Eminem never really bragged about how much money he had. It wasn't until, I think it was Kamikaze, so that might have been 2019, was the first time you ever really heard him say like, I got this much money and y'all, you know, whatever. I think because he was going back and forth with MGK too.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you've been in the game basically 10 years and you never really mentioned how success, like every album you put out goes platinum almost immediately. And you got Shade 405, a whole radio station. You got whatever. You got other stuff too. Oh, I don't know all the things. Yeah, I know he got a lot of shit, but and you never talked about how much money you had. Oh, he's like always doing soundtracks. He did the Southpaw soundtrack. He did he got the success of 50 Cent, G Unit, The Game, a bunch of other artists, I guess. So I'm sure he's getting royalty checks from all of their success too. And he never bragged about money until recently. It's crazy. But that's literally what every other rapper does.
Yeah, every rapper.
I don't even think rappers could survive if they had to make a whole album without talking about money.
They success, they money.